In general, formatting controls the appearance of your spreadsheet. This includes type style and size, lines and borders, column and row height and width, and other visual features that make your spreadsheet more understandable and more easily readable. Now place your pointer on the line between column A and column B. When you get there, the pointer will turn to a line with double arrows. It's one of Excel's sizing arrows. With the double arrows on the column divider, double-click your mouse button. Excel adjusts column A's width so it allows that column's longest label to fit comfortably inside its borders. That made the column wider like we wanted, but now we have more room than necessary for the individual expense labels. If each of the expense categories were aligned differently, they would be easier to read, so let's do that. First, highlight cells A6 through A13. Now click on the Center Align icon. It's located near the middle of the formatting toolbar. The highlighted labels are now center aligned between the left and right edges of column A. Our other labels remain at the default left alignment position. Now let's format the key labels to make them stand out a little better. Click and drag your mouse pointer across the month labels in cell B2 to D2. Now hold down the Control key and click on A3 for income, A5 for expenses, A14 for total expenses, and A16 for the balance label. This procedure allows us to treat a group of non-contiguous cells as a whole. Any commands issued at this time will affect every cell highlighted in the sheet. We want these labels to stand out, so let's boldface them. Click on the bold icon. It has a big B on it and is located just right of the font size box. Press your Control and Home keys together and then click and drag across cells A1 to E1. Let's make this a little bigger. Pull down the Format menu and select the Cells command. The dialog box that appears gives us access to every formatting command available to Excel. It groups like commands on tabs, so it is easier to perform formatting operations. Click on the Alignment tab. Now click on the arrow button next to the horizontal option box. When the list opens, select the Center Across selection option. The option will center the title across cells A1 to E1. Now click on the Font tab, Suzanne. Within this selection of options, use the font size window to select the font size of 20 points. With that done, click on the OK button. Our budget title takes on the formatting commands we selected in the Format dialog box. Excel automatically adjusted the row height to accommodate our new formats. Now let's separate the labels and totals for the raw data. Click and drag from cell B3 to D13. Once those cells are blocked, locate the border icon. It's 3 icons in from the right side of the formatting toolbar. Click on its arrow. It has a list of options to choose from. Click on the border choice at the bottom right-hand corner of the list. We now have a graphic border separating the main components and our income and expense numbers. Suzanne, let's add another format to help separate the total numbers from the raw data. Block cells B14 to D14. Once done, click on the Formatting toolbar's currency icon. It has a big $sign on it. The total figures now appear in the U.S. currency format, which displays a $sign before each total, commas where needed, a decimal point, and 2 decimal places. Let's apply this format to the balance figures as well. Instead of clicking on the currency icon, I want to show you how to apply all the formats in one cell or cell range to another cell or cell range. Just under the Data menu, you can see an icon with a small paintbrush on it. It's the Format Painter, and it applies the formats in one area of the spreadsheet to another. Click on it. It now carries the formats applied to cells B14 through D14. Drag it across cells B16 to D16. The Format Painter arrow paints its copied formats to each new cell as it is highlighted. Suzanne, it only took us a few minutes and a handful of formatting commands to make the spreadsheet easier to read and understand. We've only used a few of this program's many formatting options, and as we've seen, there are many ways to apply them. Before going any further, click on the Save icon to quickly save these changes to disk.